All right, let's do this again. Let's see if this is working right now. I'm actually quite excited about this. All right, looks like I'm good in Amazon. Let's go ahead and check out this. Man, if this works, it's going to be really cool. It's working on YouTube. And let's make sure. Oh, I got to press play right here. All right, wow. All right, so that's cool. So check it out. Check it out. So we're doing a little bit of streaming right here on the Content Creator Tool channel. We're doing a little bit of streaming right here on the Fabian's Review channel, 2 different channels. And obviously we're here on Amazon as well. So that's a lot of streaming. That's definitely this thing. Oh, wrong button. I'm loving this thing. That is cool. That is definitely very, very cool. I want to just do a couple different tests that I'm doing right here. Then I'm going to show you the equipment that I'm utilizing to do this, just so you could see, because you know what? Sometimes it's kind of cool to learn how to do this kind of stuff, right? So I'm doing a test 1 right there. And it feels like it's a little bit behind. Depends where you at on the string. Test 2. All right. So I don't know if that one is going to come out. Maybe I picked the wrong one. But all right. So you see here. Here's a comment from YouTube. Test 1. Oh, there we go. Here's a comment from the other channel. Actually, that's the same channel. And oh, because I'm in the same account. Got it. And here is Amazon. The biggest thing. We're going to be doing a video on this because it's kind of difficult to put the comments here. No longer. Oh, wow. No longer I have to do what I used to do here with the camera. And okay, that's great. That is really fantastic. So let's get into it. If you guys got any questions or anything like that, you're definitely welcome to put the comments in there. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things. And again, now we are live streaming through 3 different channels, which is pretty fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Really excited about it. If you are in YouTube for whatever reason and you need to essentially go ahead and, come into the Amazon, it feels like it's a little bit behind on YouTube, to tell you the truth. It feels like it's just a little bit behind. But if you're on YouTube and you want to come here into the Amazon link, if you look in the comments, there should be, there's actually, I don't know if there's actually a comment there. Maybe not. All right. Just Google Amazon Live, Jarhead 6 Rise. But there's an idea, a pin idea. All the products that I have, I'm going to be covering there. Let me go ahead out there and put this in the comment of the stream. So like that, everybody knows, I want you guys to be able to come here. So I'm going to pin this comment here to, essentially, I'm going to pin this comment to the top. And then it should be good to go, right? So let me come here, Content Creator Tool. This right here. All right, so let's see if I do this and then I pin this. All right, so I just did that here on this channel. Let's see. Yep. Okay, that worked. I'm glad I was able to do that. So now you guys got that pinned to the top, and let's do the other channel as well. Just so it could be pinned to the top as well. I should have put some of the thumbnails, but I do that later on. This is going to be the first time I do this, so that's definitely fantastic. Try to get more into streaming. Definitely more into streaming. Let me see if I could pin that comment utilizing my cell phone. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. If you haven't hit that follow, hit that follow. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Definitely really cool when you guys subscribe and spend time here with me. But again, definitely let me know what you think. Let's see. Maybe I come here. Trying to pin one of those comments. Now, no, this is going to be the first time I do this. Now that I know how to do it, I could continue to, do a better, I guess, a better setup in a way. I don't know where that comment is. Not that one. Uh, all right, there we go. You know what it is? Because it's the first time I live streamed to this channels, it was a little bit confusing to set it up, but I feel like it's good now. I feel like it's good now. I think we should be good. Now I know. Doing a little test right here. Now I know. And now that I got this squared away, I could feel like I could come here and live stream all the time. So again, I appreciate everybody that is watching, everybody's support, all that. You guys are great. We're going to go ahead and talk about a couple things that I'm using here to multi-string and different platforms. And as you can see, I'm live streaming on 3 platforms, 2 YouTube channels, as well as Amazon live streaming. So again, I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing I'm going to get into is going to be my table, computer, cameras, equipment, all that stuff. Definitely welcome to put some comments down below as well. But let me show you my desk.
Biggest things that I want to upgrade this year was my table, and I just got this. Now, some of you guys may want to get this to put in a garage like a workbench, like it's supposed to. It's going to work just fantastic. The quality of this table is amazing, and I'm going to tell you the price is ridiculous. The price is completely ridiculous, right? It's really inexpensive for what you get. Now, me personally, I got this table to be an office desk, right? And I used it to create videos as well. Now, it comes in a package that is really, really heavy. So keep that in mind. If you're an older person or somebody with some type of disability, putting this together may be difficult for you because the box weighs a lot. This table is not light by no means. So definitely get somebody to help you out to build it. Now, I did this and I put this inside here with the help of my son. And again, it was very beneficial for him to help me because, like I say, this thing is pretty heavy. When you look at it, the material and the way that it looks is beautiful. It's actually a really beautiful table. The color is not your typical black or chrome or anything like that. It has a different color, which I don't even know what color is that. But again, it looks great. Top is going to be a wood piece and it's solid. And in fact, I'm going to switch it right here for you guys to see it, right? This is the top right here. This thing is solid. One of the reasons why I got it like this is because obviously I do product reviews and things like that. And I like to be able to show it and have a beautiful background in the back, right? So again, this top right here is just really, really beautiful. Again, the finish in this thing is kind of like glossy and it's just really nice. Okay, so it's going to be 72 inches long, which is great. I have so much space here as I'm using it as a desk. It's going to be 25 inches that way deep, which again, to me is more than enough. For a desk that I'm using here in my studio, it's just plenty enough. And again, it's going to have a 2,000-pound capacity, which is insane. 2,000 pounds is a lot. I'm not going to try it out because obviously I'm not using this for a workbench. But again, it's definitely a lot. I got my monitor, I got my computer. Back here, I have my cameras, my lights. Everything is attached to this, and it's doing just fine. Now, the package is outstanding. The way that it comes packaged is, wow, really, really good. Unfortunately, one of the rails was a little bit bent, and I don't even understand how because, like I said, the package is fantastic. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. It's underneath the desk. Nobody can see that, right? It does come with all the tools that you needed to put it together, and I was actually surprised because the range that you use is pretty decent. So again, beautiful table. So far, I have it here in my studio. It's doing Really, really fantastic. I think if you want to use this for a garage, it's going to do great. I think if you want to use this for an office as an office desk and put multiple monitors and things like that, you have so much space. I think it's going to be a good choice. One thing that I want to mention, just in case you're using this like me, I'm attaching cameras and lights and all that. The rails that are below the countertop right here, one of them is really close to the edge. So what that means is that if you have cameras, lights, you really can put that clamp and clamp it down, right? So you will have to do that only in the side that is the front of the desk. So what I did was that I reversed the desk. Actually, this section right here is supposed to be the back. That section right there is supposed to be the front. But I did that so I could have enough space to be able to clamp all this stuff right here because, like I said, the rails being so close to the edge. Overall, beautiful table. Love it, love it. For the money that I pay for this, is one of my favorite things over here in the studio.
All right, I haven't had this table for a few months by now. I got to tell you, it's great. I got to tell you, it's great. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, there's going to be a pin right there. You could come into Amazon Live and you could be part of the community here, or essentially, there is an idea list as well. So again, it's going to be up to you how you want to do that. But again, definitely appreciate you guys watching, and I tell you, love this. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. It does a really fantastic job here for me. Again, remember, this table right here is actually not supposed to be even an office table. It's supposed to be a computer, not a computer, excuse me, a garage table. So if you see it here, it's $301, and it kind of pushes what, 2,000 pounds in capacity. So it's a big boy. You could put it in your garage. Obviously, that's something that you may do as well. But again, really digging. I think it's fantastic. Really think it's fantastic. So let me jump into the computer, and I'll tell you, these computers are going better in price, which is great. Really, really great because they're expensive, and it's great to be able to afford something like this, right? So the computer is really good. It's the N1. I'm going to kind of show it to you guys. I think I paid more than that for mine, but it's the N1 right here. You're looking about the Apple 2021 MacBook Pro 16-inch N1 Pro. You're going to be able to get an N1 Pro or an N1 Max. And there's also, I think, the regular N1, which is like the AirPods, not the AirPods, the Air Light, the Air, whatever they're called. But again, you know what? This one actually is the N1 Pro chip, 1 terabyte, space gray. Obviously, you could get it in a different color. Usually, it's about the same price, but look, this one right here, silver, is about $100 more, which is crazy. A space gray is just more than enough. But if you go into the M1 chip, you're looking about $29.98, which is again another. It's actually a good price. To me, it's actually a good price because I pay way more than that for this, right? I pay. When I went to buy it, it was about 3,100 for the M1 Max, and it was about, I don't remember if it was 26 something for the other one, right? So again, even the 23.99. That's a good deal. And I tell you, you can see it right here. I'm streaming to 3 different platforms. I'm streaming to Amazon Live. I'm streaming to 2 YouTube channels. And as far as I can tell, it's doing just fine. Let me check the YouTube channel right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing just fine. Really just fine. A little bit of delay, but that's normal. From the moment that I speak to you guys see, there is usually typically a delay. But again, really, really good. So again, let me know what you think. I'm gonna share a video here so you could check it out. So recently I got this computer to edit 4K videos because the old one that I have, it just took a little bit too long. And I'm going to tell you, this computer is fantastic. This is a 2021 Apple MacBook Pro, 16 inches. It's going to have the N1 Pro chip, and it's going to have 1 terabyte of memory. It's becoming one of my favorite computers that I ever had. It's amazing what I could do. I have it docked into my station. I'm running 2 monitors. I'm running an XLR microphone with a Wave XLR audio interface. I'm running a video camera mixer with 2 cameras. I mean, the amount of stuff that I have connected to this is fantastic. Like I said, it's docking to a station. I have 2 different external memories connected to it as well. I mean, this thing goes through his spaces every single day. I do a lot of social media, so I do a lot of videos as well. So I'm constantly editing 4K videos. I'm constantly doing 360 videos as well, and videos for other platforms that I work on. And I'm going to tell you, it does really, really fantastic. I also do a lot of streaming as well on different platforms, and it's doing really, really fantastic. Again, it has a 16 core GPU, and to me, has been really well. I mean, I haven't really have any issues for the kind of work that I do. It is obviously expensive, but again, you do get what you get for the money that you spend. There are different sizes. Obviously, I got the 16-inch. As far as I know, this is the biggest one. There's also an N1 and there's also an N1 Max, which is going to be above. Obviously, depending on which one you get, it's going to be how much money you're going to pay for it. I got mine in space gray, as you can see, and I'm going to tell you, I love the color. One thing that I would tell you that is a lot different that I noticed right away, other than I can edit 4K video with no issues and 360, is the battery. I'm going to tell you, this thing lasts for a really long time. They say up to 21 hours, and I'm willing to say that it's a long time. I constantly find myself thinking, wow, I haven't charged this computer and it's still going on. It does have several ports. I know in the past Apple have taken that away, but it does have an SDXC port to, download videos and things like that. It does have an HDMI port as well. It has Thunderbolt 4. It has a headphone jack. And it has a couple other things in there. To me, that's really fantastic. Again, I love the fact that I could dock this, and there's a couple different docking stations that you could utilize. I have one right here that I'm showing you. And again, this one is doing okay for now. So again, this is my 2021 Apple MacBook Pro 16-inch. I have it for weeks by now. I put it through a lot of work with what I do to here, and I'm going to tell you, I love it. So far, so good. Again, in this video, say a couple weeks. I have it for a long time, really, really long time, and it has done really fantastic. And again, I'm running two different monitors right here. I got a video camera right here. If you see this, let me bring it up. Not a video camera, a light switcher. So got camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. I could come back here and do something like doing this right here, make some music. So again, this live stream is completely like there's a lot of things going on here, and nevertheless is able to continue to perform just fine. So I haven't had any issues. I love it. I think it's great. I really think it's great. And again, if you guys got any questions, let me know. But if you don't want to spend that much money, I'll tell you what. If you don't want to spend that much money, I'm going to show you this right here. This is something that I also have. In fact, I was using it yesterday, and I was preparing for taxes, and this is what I was using to print a bunch of stuff. If you're not looking to spend 2,000 whatever, 2,400 bucks, and you want to get into the ecosystem or having an Apple computer, this may be a choice. Obviously, it's going to be used, but you could buy this for 420 bucks, and it's an old computer. But like I say, if you check your emails, if you check Facebook, if you check Netflix, if you watch movies, if you do little homework because you're a student, I'm telling you, this thing is more than enough, really more than enough. And I've been using it for a really long time. I got this one brand new years and years ago, and it has been fantastic. And if you look over here, it does give you a 90-day, obviously a 90-day, in case you don't want it, 90 days, obviously, there we go. And again, includes 80% battery. And again, if you don't like it, you can return it. This video right here is actually mine. So look at this. So you see the computer right there. I just wanted to give you a quick look. It has everything that you need. It has Thunderbolt 2, I believe. It has, there we go. It has HDMI, so you could connect one. You could connect one monitor. You could do two monitors as well. You have USBs. You have have connections. You have essentially the pictures in case you have to download pictures or videos. I'll tell you what, I did almost probably 1,000 videos with that computer, and I never had an issue. It's really fantastic. I started having issues when I started going into the 4K because the 4K taxes the computer a lot. And obviously, I wanted to upgrade because I do this all the time, right? So I wanted to upgrade. Now, if you're looking for a computer and you want to, or if you're looking for a workstation like mine, I have two monitors, like I said, cameras and all that. If you notice, my computer is docked right here. I love this because when I get up and I want to, like, I don't know, go and do something else, I could bring my computer with me, right? So I love that. I didn't want to be stuck here to the desk or anything like that. So here is essentially the setup that I'm using. So I got a 2021 Apple MacBook Pro that I run and I love, and I wanted to dock it into my station, and this is where this hyperdrive came to play. So essentially, I'm running two different monitors. I'm also running an XLR microphone with a Wave XLR audio interface. I got an 18 mini, which is a mixer. For cameras, I got a Stream Deck Elgato, which allows me to bring lower thirds and a bunch of other stuff here into my video productions and things like that. Like I said, two different monitors, as well. I do got a couple different memory hard drive, one that is 12 terabytes and another one that is 2 terabytes. So again, this computer usually gets docked into this. So it's very, very simple. I come into my office, I place my computer on the stand, everything turns on, I'm ready to record, I'm ready to produce videos and all that. If I want to work at a different location, I just undo it and I go to a different location. That's one of the great things about something like this, the hyperdrive 10 in 2 USB-C docking. So essentially, this thing allows you to do all that I'm talking about, right? You could run monitors with no issues. You could even connect it to the internet. I haven't done that, but again, you could do that as well. So again, what this is offering to a lot of you guys out there is just the comfort to be able to sit down in your office and to be able to connect two simple things into your computer, and now your computer is able to operate all these things, right? You don't have to mess with the cables, you don't have to connect a bunch of cables. It's just a cable coming out of the docking station connected to the computer and you're ready to go. I'm going to tell you, I have this for Wix right now and I love it. I tell you, a lot of people do things like kind of like a little bit to figure it out how to do this, and cables here, cables there. Don't do this. Oh, don't do that. It's so much simple to have it this way. I'm going to show you something here so you can see how simple it is, just to give you a little bit more on it. But again, you connect this to your computer, and now you have all this thing set up. Look at that. That's insane. By the way, don't miss out on the Ethernet cable because I've done some testing and it happens to be faster when you do it that way, right? So again, really, really cool. I like it. I think it's great. No complaints about it. And I think that yeah, I think that there's a good setup right there. Really good setup. Let's see something. So I got a couple things. I am going to show you how I'll change my cameras. I am going to show you a bunch of stuff here on how to multi-stream to multiple platforms. But essentially, the system that I use is Ecamm. Is very, very simple. But I am showing you some of the, some of the stuff that I have here to be able to stream, to be able to do that. I am going to make a video just showing you exactly how to click here, click there, and that's coming up this week. I'm going to be doing some videos. I'm going to be able to play it here today. I'm showing you some of the equipment, and one of the things that I love the most is this, stream that I have in front of me. This is an LG 29. You can see it right here, 29 inches, ultra wide. I tell you, I love this thing because essentially it's one of those things that, if you don't want to run two monitors, this could be the one. Something like this, ultra wide, doesn't have to be this one. They're selling on 32 inches as well, but something like this could be the one because you have so much space on an ultra wide. In fact, you could kind of like use this space right here as a regular screen, and then you have this space right here that could be like potentially a different screen. But if you see this one right here, look at that. That's nice. Very, very nice. And a lot of people get wrapped up around this. Look, if you're not doing any, you see some of the connections. If you're not doing any editing, not editing, but like, video games or something like that, this will be more than enough. For the basic person out there, this is definitely more than enough. People get wrapped up around monitors. You know what? I have been using this monitor for a really, really long time, and I have enjoyed it so much. Really, I have enjoyed it so much. All right, let's jump into this mouse right here. If you guys haven't hit that follow, hit that follow. Right below the video, it's gonna say follow Fabian. Smash there on the where it says Fabian. Right next to it says follow. Smash the follow. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Let me know what you think. Also, there is an idea list in the description that you could click on it, and it's gonna show you the products that I have right here. Or you could click on the pinned comment and come over here to Amazon. And I can see you here in the comments. So definitely let me know where you're watching from. But here's the mouse. This thing is awesome. This thing is awesome. Let's readjust here the camera. So I love this thing. This is the Logitech MX Master 3. It has been about a year since I've been using it. And again, it's about $99 or something like that. Maybe a little bit expensive for some people, but I tell you, you get your money out of this. So obviously you got your regular click here, click, click. You guys know that. You have your scroll ball right here. You go actually press this button and then it kind of releases it. So it's kind of like even easier to, go up and down, right? If you turn it on, it has a little bit of tension right there, right? If you look at this is why you pay money for this, by the way. I love this thing. It essentially allows me to essentially go horizontally when I'm editing. So very simple. I could go like this, and it's just so much better than finding the little bar and all that nonsense, right? You have a couple buttons right here that could be customized right there, and you have another one right here that could be customized. Actually, when you press it, it kind of opens the applications. There we go. Applications that are currently open. Connects to 3 different devices, and essentially right here charges USB-C. I love this thing. I love this thing so much that I actually bought the keyboard. I am going to show you a video on the keyboard. But again, I love it. I love it. I think it's great. It works anywhere pretty much. It hasn't been a place that hasn't worked to me, really. It hasn't been a place that hasn't worked to me. Every time I put it somewhere, it does work, and I have not had an issue at all. Again, I like it so much that I bought the other one. Matches pretty well with the computer. So if you have a space gray computer, you know you're going to have a pretty good setup. Check out the keyboard. Okay, so I've been using the Logitech MX key, this thing right here, this keyboard, for quite a while, and I tell you, I love it. I think it's going to be a year since I got it, and again, really, really love it. Love my setup right here, how I work here. I got 2 monitors, my computer is kind of docked right here, as you can see right here, and then obviously I need a keyboard and I need a mouse, which I am going to show you today, right? But again, the Logitech MX key, it comes for Apple as well as Windows, so make sure you get the right one. But I got to tell you, this thing is so amazing. And I'm going to give you a couple details on this right here so you could have an idea. First of all, you see the color, right? The color is just like my computer, have that space gray color, and it matches so perfectly. And just giving you a quick look, this is kind of how I sit here in my desk. And you could get it in different colors as well. I like this one, obviously matches my computer. But also, if you notice, this is going to be the full-size keyboard. Now, they do sell one that is the shorty right here. You don't have this numbers right here or anything like that. But again, I wanted to get the full size because obviously this is going to be sitting here in my computer. It feels like quality. The moment that you get it, you're going to understand that this feels like quality. The moment that you touch it, the moment you start typing, the moment you pick it up, it's actually quite heavy as well. So the moment you pick it up, everything feels like quality. And like I say, I have had it for a year and so far has been good. Now, there's a couple things that are really cool with this keyboard. And the biggest thing is that if you have a Mac, it does integrate with the Mac really well. I use this keyboard with my Apple MacBook M1 Pro, but it's designed also for MacBook Air, iMac, and iPad models as well. In fact, this section right here allows you to connect to 3 different devices via Bluetooth. So really easy. You can click device 1, 2, and 3. Again, it depends how you have it set up. Maybe you have an iPad here in your desk as well. You could be typing in your computer and just easily press number 2. Now you can start typing in your iPad. So again, it does integrate via Bluetooth to 3 different devices. And the cool thing is that if you go for the matching mouse, this one right here that I've been utilizing for a year as well, it does the same thing. Now I'm going to give you a closer look here to the keys. And as you can see, as you see this key, it does have like a little circle, you could tell right there on camera. So anyways, when you put your fingers there, they fit perfectly, right? So when you're typing, it just feels so good because your finger automatically goes to that spot right there, right? So if you're one of those persons that type all day long, you're going to be able to type so much better than your standard keyboard out there. Also, it's a little bit lift up. So as you're typing, it feels a little bit higher, and that has to do with the back right here. This part right here allows the keyboard to lift up just a little. It does have smart illumination as well. So what it is that the keys are going to be backlit. So the moment that you approach the keyboard, it's just going to happen. And again, it's going to be USB-C charge. I tell you what, it lasts for a long time because I barely charge this thing and it's usually working. Obviously, it comes with the box. Obviously, it comes with the cable to charge it. All the stuff that you need, standard thing. Now, one thing that I say is that it's compatible with Mac. And again, it works pretty well. So it has the buttons that typically Mac keyboard has. So like if I press this button right here, the F3, all the little screens are going to open up and all that. Now I'm seeing here on my screen, I'm seeing everything open up, right? All the applications that I got open. If I press on it again, it just stopped. Standard things that keyboard do on the Mac, right? Like this right here is the volume. Obviously, you could stop and you can play video as well. You have all the standard things that usually is here on a keyboard, right? Also, if you download some software, you could customize some of the keys. I haven't done that, but I know that it's possible as well. So again, I have had this keyboard for about a year already, and I'm going to tell you, it has been great. The battery lasts a long time. It's easy to type. It's easy to use. It looks great on my desk. So far, I got to tell you, after a year using it, I really enjoy it. I'm telling you, it has been a good one. It has been a good one. No questions about it. It has been a good one, and I enjoy it very much. By the way, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you're watching from. We got a couple guys here watching, so I appreciate you guys doing it. If this is your first time here, my name is Fabian. Obviously, I'm an Amazon live streamer, content creator, streamer, whatever we call it nowadays. But again, I definitely appreciate you guys watching, all the support and all that stuff. And let me know where you're watching from and any of the platforms that you are watching. So, all right, so let me jump into the set of headphones right here. I'll tell you what, if you do any setup, well, actually, before I do that, if you're on Amazon, hit that follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. and hit that pinned comment so you can come here to Amazon, or hit the idea link, affiliate links that is in the comment section or in the description, excuse me. And yeah, you can do that as well. And check it out. This headphones, awesome, awesome. If you do any research, you're gonna quickly figure out that a lot of people use them. A lot of people use them. This is a Sony MDR 7506 professional large diagram headphones. A lot of podcasters. This is more for like podcaster video production, not so much to like listen to music and things like that. Although some people say that the bass and this and that. I'll tell you the truth, guys. I'm deaf from military service, so maybe some of the little sounds that I'm supposed to hear, I don't hear that stuff. But again, really, really good. I'm talking about $81, $80.99. That's a really fantastic price. I really can't tell you much more than that. It comes with everything that you need. This right here, the little connection right here, which you can see. Let's move this out of the. Oh no, I cannot move this out of the way. Let me see if I can move it out of the way. There we go. You see that little connection right there? That's for the audio interfaces and things like that. So again, really, really fantastic. It's pretty decent, pretty decent. And I've been using mine for a long time. You can see it here. I have it on. I live stream all the time. I do videos all the time. This is not a one time every now and then for me. This is something that I do all the time. So again, the fact that I do this all the time, and I'm telling you the work, they do truly work. No complaints about it. And the price is amazing. Really, really amazing. Now, if you're going to multi-stream to different platforms and you want to have different cameras, here's the thing that I would tell you. You're going to need a camera that has a clean HDMI, right? So always remember that the camera needs to have a clean HDMI. It has to, right? Because if not, what's going to happen is that you're going to see a bunch of little things all around your screen. So now you need a camera that has a clean HDMI. Some places like Ecamm allows you to live stream through Ecamm with no video capture card. If you don't know what a video capture card is, I'm going to show you. There's something like this, right? This is a video capture card. I'm going to link this one down here in the carousel as well here in Amazon. But again, this thing is awesome. This thing, you connect it here to your HDMI. The cable goes to your camera. Quite simple, right? And then the other side goes into your computer. And then when you pick your source for video, you pick the video capture card and it's going to show, right? If it's a clean HDMI, obviously it's going to show perfectly, right? If it's not clean, you're going to see all the little things. You don't want that, right? So this thing is great. Love this. In fact, it's about $19. I got 3 of them, and I got it just in case, right? Something happened. I want to have a camera that just in case I could be like, I need to, do this or not do that, right? So again, love this thing. Works good. But obviously, one thing that I need to have, or I want to have, is the ability to switch cameras, right? Now, you can do this a couple different sources. This is not the only way. In fact, I got a Stream Deck that I'm going to show you here, that I'm going to kind of give you a look on that pretty soon. You can kind of do it with that too. But if you want the most simple way ever, simple, I have this for years. It's going to be the Blackmagic 18 Mini. And if you see this right here, it's going to have different ones. I'm going to show you a video, but this is the one right here. But not only that, this is the bare minimum, right? You could get the ISO, you could get the extreme. And if you look at some of this, like, all right, so look at this right here, right? This is the extreme. This is a lot. Look at that. This was allow you to connect 8 different cameras. Maybe you're in some kind of video production setup where you're running a really large podcast or something like that. Hey, you may want to do this. So again, it's going to be up to you. But again, the one that I'm showing you here is the number one. I mean, the bare to the bones. And I'll tell you what, it does great. And I have a couple different cameras that are attached to this wonderful thing called the 18 Mini. And I'm going to tell you, I have had this for a couple years, and I'll tell you what, I'm really, really fantastic. Now, this is going to be the lowest one. They do have an ISO. They do have one that is called the Extreme. They do have one that is called the Pro, and depends which one you get. It's going to be the capabilities that you're going to get, right? So I have used this here in the studio. I also used this in a church. We were able to live stream and again use multiple different cameras. So not only you could live stream, but you could use this to actually record videos faster. So I'm going to tell you, this is camera 1 right here, right? Now, camera 2 is up here, as you can see, and you can see how easily I'm switching that, right? I'm going camera 2, camera 3, but I also can step it up a little bit and add up an iPad, I could add up a computer, I also can add up a phone. In fact, I got my phone right here. It's also connected to the Mini. So if I go to input 3 right here, look at what happened, right? So now I got input 1, hello. Input 2, hello. Input 3, Hello. And I still have one more input. So that allows you to be able to be consistent, be able to record videos a little bit faster. As you can see, I'm switching to cameras with no issues, right? Let's say, for example, I'm trying to do a video and I want to review this mouse, which is fantastic, right? So I want to kind of, say hello to you guys. Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to review this mouse right here. I want to kind of give you a club cell, but then I want to give you an overhead, right? I could just simply bring it over here to my overhead camera, press this, and now I could be showing you this. So at no point I have to change my cameras, redo my frame or anything like that. Everything is already set up. I could jump into my cell phone right here. Now I could kind of give you a different look. Maybe I want to show you how it works right here. Again, just a different picture. You can use your imagination and be creative. Obviously, if you have different cameras, it's going to be a little bit different quality. But if you have the same camera, like I got 1 and 2, you're probably going to have kind of like the same quality. So essentially, you're going to have 4 different input. Now I'm in input 3, which is my cell phone. And like I say, input 1, you see it right here. Input 2, input 3, right? You're going to have the ability to have different audio sources. So for example, in church, we used to have a wireless microphone attached to camera 1, and then we would turn the audio on camera 1, but then the other camera audio was off. So the whole audio was coming from the pastor. Everything is off. So you have the ability to kind of mess with each camera. You can mess with the audio as well. You do have 2 3.5 mic inputs out there. Obviously, this is going to be HDMI back there, and it's going to connect via a USB-C, right? You have a little bit of different cuts that you could do right here, and you do have picture in picture. I'm going to show you that real quick, and you can see picture in picture right there. I'm here, hello, and then you can see me on the left, and I could actually change that right there, right? So again, you could do picture in picture like that. Usually you get camera 2, so now you have camera 2 right here. I'm going to go to picture in picture, and then I could be doing a review where I'm showing you this, but you can still see me in the top left corner, as you can see me right there, right? Same thing you can see right here. I'm showing you the 18 mini, and then you can see me right there on the bottom. Again, this is not being edited or anything like that. The system is doing it for me right away. So it's going to save me a lot of time in editing, which is fantastic. As you can see, it's on the picture in picture, and I'm right there on top. Like I said, 3.5 inputs in the back, and you can kind of see it right there. And it does come with software that you could kind of mess with. So again, I have had this 18 minute for a while already, couple years by now. I tell you, for the price, is fantastic. One thing that you have to consider is that if you bring cameras into a setup, the cameras need to be clean HDMI, right? So you don't see all the little things and things like that on the camera. So it needs to be clean HDMI, but also remember that the 18 minutes not only a mixer, it's also a video capture card, right? So you don't have to buy a capture card separately or anything like that. Once you plug it via HDMI, you have that video capture card. The computer's going to recognize your camera, and then you have the ability to switch up to 4 different cameras. So far, this thing is awesome. I use it every single day as I produce content, and it saved me so much time. I just love it. I'm telling you, it has been years. It has been years since I've been using that. And like I said, very simple. You see camera 1 here, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. I could put my iPad. I could do so much more. Really, really, I could do a lot of stuff. So again, I've been pretty excited about it. I think it's great. I really, really think it's great. Give me 1 second here. Make sure you hit that follow. If you're watching on Amazon Live, hit that follow right below the video. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that sub. I definitely appreciate that. And again, go ahead and come here to Amazon Live or check out the idea list that I have down there, right? Let me do something real quick. I hope everybody's having a great day. Make sure you let me know where you're watching from too as well. I always love to know where people are watching from. If you're here new to me, my name is Fabian. I'm down here in Florida, and obviously I do live streams all the time. One second. And there it is. All right, so big shout out to everybody that is watching. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and jump into, you know what? A lot of times I bring the cell phone right here into the screen, and you can see it right here. You can see that right there. You can see it right there. I even bring my camera and all that. And a lot of people ask me how I do that, and it's quite simple. You know, you could do it very, very simple. No issues at all. Nothing too complicated. Anything like that. It's just gonna be utilizing this thing that I'm gonna highlight here in the carousel, of course, and it's gonna be. Let's highlight in the carousel. This right here, right? It's gonna be the Apple Lightning post. All right, whatever it's called. Lightning digital AV adapter. It's about $44.95. I paid this with my own money. Obviously, sometimes people are gonna think, well, you know what? Essentially, people are gonna say something like, well, it's really expensive. There's other ones out there in the market. I'm sure there are, I'm sure there's some that may work. I don't know. I wasn't going to waste my money. So I got the one from Apple and it seems to work just fine. Obviously, you see here that you have an HDMI. You see here a charging and then it connects to the phone. What it's doing right now is that it's allowing me to have my phone charged as I'm using it for live streaming, right? Like if I don't have my phone charged, it's going to it's gonna lose, it's gonna lose power, and then I'm out of luck, right? So it's charged. Now I could use this to play videos through the TV. I could do this for multiple different things. Personally, I use it here for the stream, and what I do is that I connect this to a video capture card, right? So that HDMI coming out of this white cable right here, this HDMI, is connected to this, and that is connected to the computer and allows me to bring the phone into the setup here. It's quite simple, nothing crazy. So again, works really well, and I do a lot of different things with this, to include probably one of the best things that I do this is to bring a camera. Now I got to get a camera that allows me to have a clean HDMI, but once I have the camera, you can see this right here, and now I could do this. I could even flip it like that and then kind of go this way, right? You see how simple I'm bringing that? I mean, again, it gives me another thing to do here on the string. I love this. I could attach it straight out to the 18-minute, but I like to have the flexibility of doing it this way as well. So again, works really good. No complaints. I like it, right? So let's jump into a couple different things right here. And I'm going to go a little bit faster this time. Coming up to what? Let's see. 43 minutes. We got 43 minutes. We got time. All right. So the microphone that I'm using right here is going to be the Rode Pop Mic. This thing is amazing. You can see it right here. I am going to show you a video because it's really fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fanboy over these microphones because I like them. And I have used them pretty much since they came out. And I got two of them, as you can see right here. And they are just really, really fantastic. The Rode Pop Mic, and I'm going to tell you, for the price that you pay for this, is really, really good. Now, first of all, they look fantastic. I'm going to show you some B-rolls right here so you can see the B-rolls and you can see how it looks. But essentially, as you're doing videos and things like that, as you can see me right here, you could kind of see the style, right? It's really pleasing to the video. It looks really well, and it just looks like a really good microphone. Now, if you want to use something like this, which is really inexpensive, and you want to have it kind of like this, you could use it that kind of setup as well. It's going to be up to you. Again, I have used both sizes, and I think, having an arm like this to me is really nice. I like this a lot, but there's some cases where I got to use this, and that's why I bought this as well. But again, you could use it however you want to, arm or desk stand and anything like that. But the cool thing about it is that, as you can see right here, it already has a mount that you could connect to your arm or to your desk stand. So essentially, you don't have to pay a lot of money extra. Some microphones, you got to buy the microphone, then you got to buy a way to a stand to connect it to a desk mount or an arm. So that's kind of included in there. That is really fantastic. Now, you could buy the microphone alone, or you could buy them, they actually sell them to you in different configurations with headphones and things like that. That's going to be your choice. Obviously, it's going to be an XLR microphone, and you can see that right there. That's an XLR cable. So you are going to need some kind of XLR audio interface. And again, don't be scared about that. They are really inexpensive in some cases, and they are really expensive in other cases. It's essentially how much money you want to spend is going to be up to you. So right now, I'm using an XLR from Elgato, and I really enjoy. Again, this is going to be more of a broadcasting kind of microphone. It's going to be more into, podcasters, streamers, gamers, and things like that. Not so much for like singing or anything like that, or instrument. That you should be utilizing a different microphone for that. Like I say, it's going to have a mount, but not also a mount. It's also going to have a pop filter in the internal. So a lot of times you see guys with microphone and then they have that pop filter. In this case, it's already going to be included, which is really kind of nice. And again, it doesn't alter the design or anything like that of the microphone. One thing that I will mention is that it's pretty heavy. So again, if you're going to get an arm like this, make sure you get an arm that is going to be able to support a microphone microphone that is heavier, because it is really heavier. Now, if you get something like this, it doesn't matter. I mean, the desk is gonna hold it, no problem about it. And again, it integrates with other systems out there. If you have a Rodecaster Pro or Rodecaster Pro 2 that just came out, they do have some stuff in there, software that is gonna allow you to increase the quality of the audio out of this microphone. So it is compatible with some of the Rode products that are out there. I'm gonna tell you, it's built like a tank. So once you get it, you're gonna realize it quickly. It is a pretty tough, heavy construction microphone. So again, don't be surprised when you get it that you're gonna be like, wow, it feels really, really good, and it feels well made. Again, you've been listening to my voice. This is how it sounds. I did not process the audio in this video at all, but starting right now, I am processing the audio. So this is kind of what you can hear. You can see that the audio got a little bit better, and I did that just by utilizing Final Cut Pro, removing some of the background noise and enhancing my voice just a little bit. So again, you saw the beginning where the audio was not processed, and now you see how the audio is processed. So you could definitely make it better if you have the right software. So far, I love it. I think the great for the price is fantastic for somebody trying to start a podcast or starting to do YouTube videos or something like that, and it doesn't really want to spend a crazy amount of money. I'm telling you, this thing is great. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of videos I have. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of videos I have, and I have loved it. Like legitimate. I love this thing. I think it's fantastic. Again, I haven't no complaints about it. So I think it's an awesome thing. So I tell you one thing that I would tell you. Let me kind of jump back over here. I got sidetracked. But one thing that I would tell you is that you do need a couple different things, right? So you're gonna need a stand. Obviously, you're gonna need a audio interface as well. And I'm gonna show you the one that I have here. Before I get into that, I want to show you this arm first. I don't want to play a video right now. Let me go ahead and highlight it here in the carousel. Let me show you the arm now. I'll tell you what, you got a couple different choices in here, right? You could get this arm, and again, you kind of have to understand a couple things in here because it may get kind of expensive. This arm right here is kind of expensive. It's about $129, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. I think 100% highly recommend it. 100%. I think it's one of the best arms in the market. I have had a few. And I think this is great. If you notice, it comes with a cable as well. This is a very famous microphone right here. So it comes with the cable as well. You can kind of see it right there, right? So again, really, really nice. Connect to here, or you could have essentially, a couple other things, a couple other choices right here, right? You see that right there. So again, I love this thing, but I tell you, it's about $129. If you're running a podcast with 6 people, obviously that's going to be a little bit too much for some of you guys. Again, it is what it is, but kind of keep in mind. But it does hold a heavy microphone, and it does have the cable as well, which to me is one of those things that is great. Now, if you don't want to spend that much money and you're a little bit less in the budget, I got 2 of this. Again, I got 2 of this, and they do a really amazing. I'm thinking about doing a podcast pretty soon, and this is something that you kind of got to keep in mind, right? So again, love this thing. Very, very simple. You can essentially utilize it with no issues. About $15. So let's say if you have 4 people, right? You're looking at about $60 versus 100 and something dollars for something like an arm, right? The only thing that I would tell you is that obviously you need a flat surface to be able to put that, but nothing crazy, right? So again, it's going to be up to you how you want to do that. I kind of like the arm, but you know what? I have done it in the past where I have used the other one as well. And obviously, I bought 2 of them with the intent of using it, right? So let me jump back over here. This is going to be the audio interface that I'm utilizing for the Rode Pod mic. And I'm telling you, I love this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick unboxing on the Wave XLR, show you what comes in the box. We're going to test it out for a while and then come back with another video. But again, just wanted to give you a quick unboxing. Obviously, this is going to be a microphone interface, digital mixing solution from Elgato, and it's a company that is very popular for streaming devices and stuff like that. I'm not a stranger to Elgato. I have used their Stream Deck and things like that. So again, this is kind of what you have right there. You can see it right there. You can see how you could do a digital mix in there as well. So let's go ahead and open this up and see how this is packed, and it comes in the box. You can see it right there. This is kind of like the box, really well packed, looks really nice. So let's take this out. Again, I don't want to like pull it from here, so we're gonna find a different way. But you have this compartment right here, or this information right here, which again is gonna have a cable. The cable feels pretty decent. It looks like it's a USB A to USB see. Also, it's going to have some paperwork, and you can kind of see the paperwork. Really decent book too. It feels pretty thick. So again, some paperwork right there. And let's take this out. It's a little bit tight in there, so be very, very careful when you take it out. So it's out. Obviously, we're gonna unwrap it here for you guys and give you a quick look. It has a pretty decent weight already. You can see that it's sealed right there. All right, so let's put this to the side right here and just take a quick look right there. So you can see right there, you have the microphone, you have the headphones. I think this is a combination of both. You also have your 48 volts. Obviously, if you have a condenser microphone, you're going to have there. You're going to have some branding here, Wave XLR, and you're going to have this nut that it feels pretty good. It really feels a little wobble there, but feels pretty decent. If you press on it, you could kind of feel it, and then you will go through it different settings as well. Obviously, you have the lights right here, which it looks really nice. Back here on the side, you're going to have your XLR. Obviously, it's only one XLR, which is kind of what I'm running. I wanted to run something where I could run this microphone that I have right here, and it's a very easy, simple device, and kind of gives me that idea. Look at this. It's not really that big or anything like that. So obviously, you're going to run your XLR right here. You're going to run your microphone right there, and your USB connection right there. Again, this part right here is going to be sitting in the desk. It has like a rubber piece that it feels really good. So it doesn't feel like it's going to go nowhere. It feels pretty tight, actually. So again, look at how big it is. Just to compare, I want to put my mouse right here from Logitech. And again, not that, that much difference. So this is kind of what you get. So again, this is going to be just an unboxing on the Wave XLR, kind of what you see in the box, kind of what you expect. I'm going to tell you the quality looks great. I want to tell you a couple things that I don't know if I mentioned that or did I or did not. I'm going to show you how it looks right here. This thing is awesome. This thing is pretty awesome. But again, I got it right here underneath my monitor. And if you see this right here, that's where it's sitting. But again, it has audio technology, so it has audio picking, so it won't pick, kind of prevent from picking. It has a digital mixer as well that is going to allow you to essentially run several different places with music and sound, and you could bring sound from Discord and a couple other things out there. So again, if you don't have a mixer that you could control all that music, you could do that electronically, which is actually a very cool thing to do, right? So keep that in mind. So all right, so that's going to be one of the big component here with the Rode Pod mic. Obviously, it's something that we like very, very much here, and we're going to jump into, Stream Deck. Let's go into the Stream Deck. All right, so if you're wondering how I do this, even this, come back here. I do it all with the Stream Deck, and I love this thing. I think it's one of the most important, essentially pieces of equipment to streaming, because this thing is amazing. So essentially, you have this set up. This is 32 keys. You could get a less than that as well. You could kind of get, I believe, it's 15 and 6, right? So you could do a little bit like that. It comes with software that you can just easily set up. It's not that complicated at all. So you could do that as well. But then again, you create shortcuts, and the shortcuts would do something like this, something like this, something like this, something like this, something like that. So again, very, very simple. But again, it makes the string so much better, right? Because you don't have to, just quite simple. You could just press a button and it's going to work, right? So that's one of the things that I like about it. Again, not too complicated. Don't get scared about it or anything like that. It's really something that easily could be done, right? Really easily could be done. I got a couple products left. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on Amazon, hit that follow. Right below the video, it's going to say Fabian. Right next to Fabian, it's going to say follow. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and smash that sub and click on that pinned comment. You can come here to Amazon. Or if you want to see some of the products that I have here in the list, go to the description. There's going to be an idea list right there. Now, this camera that I have two of them. I got this one right here. I got this one right here. And I'm probably going to buy another one because they're cheap. But I'll tell you what, every single camera out there is going to have something to essentially think about, right? So again, no camera is perfect, so don't think any camera is perfect. There's cameras out there that are not. This one right here, it overheats like crazy. So if you're going to do 10 minutes, it's going to overheat, right? But now you're going to say, well, you're being streaming for 55 minutes, and I do this as a living, so I do it all the time. How is it not overheating? How is it lasting all years with me? Because they're great. I haven't found any need to upgrade these cameras. They are great. The thing is that I don't record on the camera. I record in the computer. So if you're using it with something like the 18 minutes where you bring in these cameras into your computer and the recording is being done in the computer, maybe StreamYard, maybe Ecan, maybe, QuickTime, maybe, I don't know, OBS. They work great. They do have a little thing right here that you can see yourself as well. I just don't do that. And primarily they are HDMI clean. Remember, HDMI clean is necessary in order for you to essentially be able to see this with no little things all over the place. And I also link right there this thing right here, which you're gonna see as well, which is is a way for you to have a dummy battery, right? Don't do it without this. I'm telling you this. I never touch my batteries. These cameras are never touched. I haven't. These cameras are always here, always here. I don't like to touch them. I always want to have them here because my studio is always ready to go. That's gonna be highlighted in the carousel as well. Now, the biggest thing that I got here, and I'm going to show it to you, is going to be the lens, right? And the lens is great. And I also only have the lens in this one. You see this right here? You see how, 1.4 aperture, so it's going to give you a crazy bokeh background. I don't have it in this camera right here. This is a different, the kit lens. But again, this one does have it. It's so clear. You can see how clear, how amazing it look. And obviously, this lens can be, set up with many different cameras, right? So it doesn't have to be with this one. If you look at this Sigma 16 f1.4, and it's compatible with Sony E mounts and a large 1.4 aperture, superb and low lighting, and it's a great lens, really great lens. You see the seller with this kit here as well. This is a different camera, right? The CVE10. This camera is very popular, right? But again, you're looking about $800 compared to 400 and something. Almost for the price that you're gonna get this one, you could get obviously this one's right here, right? So again, it is what it is. I like my cameras. Again, they're not perfect, but they do what I'm supposed to be doing. And again, I'm gonna show you the lens right here. Try to you see this right here, just to give you an idea. You see the lens right there, right? So again, it's a little bit heavier, but you know what? It stays always there. I don't need to move it at all. So again, it does really fantastic. You can see it right here. You can see my stand right there. So kind of how I have it set up, and you can see it right there. And again, it's doing great. It's really, really doing great. Now, if you're wondering the stands, I have one. I'm gonna put the second one here. I'm gonna put this one here in the carousel as well. But check out the stands. They're pretty fantastic. I'm gonna give you some take on this too. Let's do this.
Okay, so I got a new desk coming up, and I'm gonna be installing this arms right here. So essentially, this is gonna be the way that I'm gonna connect this camera that I got here. I got another one coming in that is gonna connect the overhead camera that I have right here. Again, I'm gonna give a try to this company, and let's see how it works. I have my cameras currently attached to a projector monitor, and is like actually screw into the table. With the new desk coming up, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is this. So essentially, if you have minimal space and you don't have a place to put a tripod, or you just don't want to put a tripod, doing something like this could be very beneficial. So this is going to be the VGym, I believe, LS10 camera desk mount. Now, like I say, there are some pros on having this. Essentially, you don't need to have a tripod, anything like that. It's going to be really set up nicely. I have my lights, my cameras, everything attached to the desk. But obviously, if you hit the desk or something like that, there's going to be a little bit of movement. So there are some pros, there is some cons on that one. But let's open it up, see what we have inside here, and see how it works. I'm going to give you a quick look at this picture right here, and I'm going to tell you this thing is packaged really well. Okay, so this is what you got. You do have some paperwork right here with some information, giving you a little bit of some of the pictures and stuff like that, how to do it. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory, but in case you have any questions or something like that, you should be able to see it. Lots of picture, which is definitely good. Open it up, you're gonna have the clamp right here, and I'm gonna tell you, just from touching the clamp right now, it feels pretty heavy duty. It does feel pretty heavy duty. Obviously, you can open it up like this. This nut right here feels pretty good as well for the amount of money that you pay. Not bad at all. Okay, I just opened it all the way for you guys to see it. And first of all, I want to point out that there is some type of rubber right here, and there is some type of rubber right here as well. Essentially, that's going to protect your desk, right? And then this right here, they have some threads in there. I'm assuming this is going to screw into this. Nothing else here. Now we have this right here. We're kind of gonna open it up, and again, you get a closer look right here. One of the coolest things that it has for you guys to kind of notice is that it has this bolt mount here. So that is huge, because typically you have something like this and then you have to buy a bolt mount. Just keep in mind that it's already there included, right? And it does now. Let me open it up. It doesn't feel too horrible. I've seen worse than that. Actually feels pretty okay. I'm gonna use my own because I have a system that I use the same bolt mount for everything. But again, more to come on that. Obviously, to open it up, all you have to do is kind of loose it up, and then you could extend it. Okay, I extended it all the way right here so you guys could get an idea. And this is kind of what you have. So again, if I put it here, it's actually quite tall. There's little sections right here that you open up and close it. They have a rubber there as well. And believe it or not, it feels pretty light, like very, very light. Now, obviously, you're going to put this in here just like that. And then you're going to bring this down and screw this down. And this is kind of what you get right there. I'm going to tell you, it feels pretty solid. It actually feels very, very good. So we're going to put it here on the desk. Okay, so there you have it right here. And as you can tell, I could loose this off, bring it back up. And again, I could even go higher than that. So like I say, it goes very, very high. Actually, you can see it right here. I'm probably going to have it like kind of like eye level. So right here, it will probably be more than enough to tell you the truth. So again, feels pretty steady. Feels like fine. It doesn't feel like any issues or anything like that. Again, just really nice. It feels pretty tight here on the desk. Again, it feels pretty good in my opinion. Okay, so I wanted to put it out here just to show you how it's going to be looking, to give you a really good look if you're deciding to buy this. Obviously, this is going to be on a desk, not here. But again, I just wanted to give you a quick look. I'm going to tell you, so far, guys, I like it.
No complaints at all. No complaints at all. Again, I like the fact that I don't have to. Essentially, this is one of the biggest key components right here. I don't have to have tripods. Tripods take time. Tripod take space and all that. And if I have camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two, I'm gonna have to have a couple different tripods, and it's just gonna be a pain on the butt. So I am gonna show you the one that I have that is the overhead. The bolts are great, but again, just to give you some ideas, again, $30 for this one, 47 for the other one. That's not bad at all. That's not really not bad at all. So take a look. Okay, so today I'm going to show you something pretty cool that is going to be fantastic when I set it up here with my new desk that I actually got coming up. And this is the V Jim LS08 flexible overhead camera mount desk stand. So here's the thing. This thing looks amazing. We're going to be installing this here, and it's going to be primarily what I'm going to use for my overhead camera. My camera is really not too heavy, so it should work just fine. But I want to kind of give you a look so you can have an idea what we're looking at. So just to compare real quick, this is the LS10, and this is just a regular stand, right? This is going to be attached to the desk, and it's going to have your extension right here that you can set up a camera up here, right? So that's going to be for the 10 model right here. I'm going to be using this one as well. And now we have the LS08, which is the flexible arm, right? So it's going to be a little bit more, and as you can see right here, this is kind of what you're going to get, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, to me, it kind of feels like you could utilize this just as a regular LS10 if you really want to. But obviously, this one has another extension right here that is going to come this way. I'm going to show you that as I do the video right here. You see in kind of like the unboxing, you see how it comes wrapped, you see how it comes in the bag or package or whatever, and you can see that it looks pretty decent. Now, you saw that overhead camera that I have, and it's actually attached to the ceiling, which I don't want to do that with my new desk. And I'm going to tell you, one of the only cons when it comes to set up like this is that you got to worry about hitting the desk, right? If you bang on the desk or something, it's going to translate to the camera, and sometimes you can see a little bit of shaking. So again, if you decide to go for a desk mount, just make sure that you don't bang on the table and things like that. Now, there's a lot of advantages, and in my case, it's primarily fantastic if you have a space that is kind of small, right? Because again, by not having tripods, by not having anything behind your desk, you can set up everything in your desk and everything is right there. Everything's compact. You can reduce the footprint or your setup. To me, it's really a fantastic way. And I'm going to tell you, when you have a camera like this and an overhead camera like this, it just improves the quality of your equipment, right? Easily, you could be showing equipment such as this, and you could do shots like this very easy, and then you could come back to your main camera. So again, this thing has a ton, just a ton of capabilities. I love having an overhead camera, and I think it's going to run fantastic. Okay, so here we have it right here, and I already attached it. So essentially, you have your regular clamp right there. That's going to be the clamp. Obviously, it's going to be clamped to
your desk, obviously, right? And then you have your first stick right here. This is not going to be extendable, kind of like the LS10 is. Then you attach a second stick right here, and then you could come with a 90-degree and come this way. Now, keep in mind that these connections right here are balls, and essentially what you can do is that you can loose it up, and it gives you some flexibility, right? So you don't really have to come into all the way up and then take a 90-degree turn or anything like that. You could kind of like work it as you need it, right? So if you need to come a little bit closer and then do like a weird turn or something like that, you should be able to do that. All right, just to give you an idea, I did got a bunch of B-roll, so you should be able to see that, but I put it right here for you guys to see. It's connected to the desk right here. You have your first extension here. You have another extension and another one right here, right? So again, this thing right here could be set up how you want it. You could go straight up and then turn, or you could kind of go like, I mean, it all depends how you want it, right? Again, this little balls right here allows you to do some flexibility here. As you can see, I'm moving this around. And again, you do have a little bit of flexibility where you want to put this arm as well. If you can see this thing right here, I tried to bring it closer to you guys. It does move. There is a little screw right there. It comes with a tool that you could tie that up. Another thing that I'm going to say is that you could run it with a ball. I am going to put a newer ball into this because I kind of like them. But again, you don't have to. If you see right here, you do have a ball right there that you could utilize. Again, if you're looking to frame your shot, you should be able to do it with that. Okay, a couple things that it comes in the package as well that I just want to mention. I think these are microphone adapters. I think this is the 1.4 to 5As, I believe, and another one is 1.4 to 3A adapters right here. Obviously, it comes with that tool to be able to lock the sections, and then little screws like this are the one utilized to lock those sections in place. Okay, so overall, it looks like a fantastic arm. This is going to be a first look at this. It looks great. I just can't wait until my table get here and we start setting up the cameras again.
So another one right there. I just wanted to show you that one because I tell you what, I've been doing YouTube videos and all that since 2013, and it used to be a pain on the butt to do live streaming in that kind of way, right? Like live streaming where you have oversized cameras here. Now it's so much simple, man. I'm telling you, 2013 it was like crazy. Love the fact that I could have two cameras. Love the fact that I could do all this. But overall, I just love the fact that I could have a camera like this, and I could just easily go here and show you that stuff. I mean, that's just fantastic. Really, really fantastic. So again, make sure you hit that follow if you're watching on Amazon. I definitely appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click on, the subscribe. Come over here. There's a pin comment right there. I'm going to show you a couple last products that I got going on. The last one is going to be the DJI OM6. I got a few more going on. I love this thing. I'm going to give you a take, and then we could talk about it. So today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 that I got right here. This is kind of how it comes here in the box, and I'm just going to a quick unboxing and show you exactly what comes in the box. Okay, so here's the box, DJI Osmo Mobile 6. Pretty pumped about this because I wanted to do a lot more content with myself. This is the box. It says 3-axis stabilization, so it should give you really smooth footage, quick launch, portable and foldable, active track 5.0, easy tutorials, and building extension, which is actually fantastic. There's a little arrow right there, and you're just gonna take this out, and here we go. All right, so a couple things. It gives you a little bit of instructions right here. It says, first of all, download the app, and a couple other things here, the magnet, the extension. You kind of see it right there, some of the stuff that it tells you. It's like really nice package, actually. Take this out. Obviously, the components are gonna be right here, and this right here, it is a little bag cable as well. Looks like a USB-C. That's about it. All right, so this is gonna be the magnet that is gonna be connected to your phone right here. So essentially, this is gonna be in your phone, and it extends a pretty good amount. I want to make sure that it fits here. My iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I got this case here too. This is gonna be as bulky as you can go. So if it fits this, it's gonna pretty much fit anything. It does has a little thing right there that says phone camera direction. So obviously, and it does have a little label right there. So obviously, this is gonna be facing up. Here's the camera. I'm assuming this is gonna go like this, and it made it. Again, this is the iPhone 11 Pro Max with this auto box case. You see it right here. here. And again, it feels like it's like right there to the limit, but it is holding the phone. So let's continue with this. It's gonna be the little tripod. I love these little tripods a lot because, you know, a lot of times you finish recording, you want to lay it down, and you have a place to lay it down on. I love the color too. Looks really nice. The little branding right here, DJI as well, and you could kind of see the tripod, right? Obviously, you could use this in many different applications as well. And let's take it out. All right, and here you have it. So this is kind of what you have right here. Really nice. Has a little unlock. There we go. And that turned on. You actually heard a little noise right there. Right here it says align the phone clamp with the magnet. So here you have it. Looks really nice. Not that heavy at all. Has a good ergonomic. When you hold it, it feels good. So one thing that I noted already is that there's a little dot right there. You see that little white dot? And there's also a little white dot in the magnet on the phone. So you see the white dot there. So I'm assuming you could align those two together. All right, the dots are aligned, and here we go. All right, so this is what we got so far right here. Obviously, there's gonna have to be a calibration and a testing and all that, but again, this is kind of what you have right here. So I just put the tripod right here. So obviously, if you want to use it with the tripod, that's gonna be a case. And let me just extend it. All right, this is how much it extends right here, right? So really nice. There's also those little things right here that I need to actually figure out what it's for, but again, that's gonna be everything here for the unboxing. So a lot of guys said things like, well, you don't need an OM6. You don't need a stabilizer. Phones nowadays are stabilized enough. And I'll tell you what, there's some truth to that, right? There's some truth to that. Phones nowadays are fantastic. I record without the phone all the time. But you know what? There's a big difference between going like this and then trying to zoom in with your fingers. That when you have something that you can hold, you can extend, you could bring towards you, it has the ability to follow your face. You don't have to worry about that. It has the ability to zoom in, zoom out, defocus, focus. So again, there is a place for this things, right? So, and I always say, if you essentially run a YouTube channel, or you can essentially run a YouTube channel with an OM6 and a microphone like this thing is amazing. By the way, I pay for this with my own money, but this is the DJI mic right here. I am going to give you a quick look. You're going to see me actually recording with the OM6. You're going to see me utilizing this, and it should definitely give you an idea. But again, I'm going to come back to this. That thing is amazing. One of my favorite microphones of all time for sure. Let me come up here. Let me erase this. Some things I got to get out of the way. I got to clean my library a little bit, but here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick test with this microphone that I got right here, the DJI. I actually forgot the little dead cap thing, but it should be better than the regular phone. So we're gonna do a quick test. It's not gonna be processed or anything, or if I process the audio, I will put a label or something so you guys know. But essentially, I'm doing just a regular walk here in one of the parks in here, and you can see me right here, and I'm using the DJI mic. I tell you, I love this thing. I really do love it. There's a couple things that I love about it, and essentially I love the fact that it comes with two. So two of them means that obviously you could mic up two people, but it's very simple. And not only that, you could utilize it with a DSLR. It comes with the cable. You could use it with an iPhone, which I am right now using the OM6 DJI with the DJI mic and iPhone 11 Pro Max. So again, this is kind of like a cool setup for vlogging or something like that. It works out pretty good. And then you have solid audio. So again, you can mic up two people. So I could have a buddy here next to me or whatever, and we both can have solid audio coming into my cell phone. You can actually set it all where you have kind of like a little microphone. So if you want to do interviews, you can have one right here like I am right now. That will be your voice, and then you could have the other one as a microphone that you could pass around for people to be able to essentially talk. So again, it's definitely a really cool setup. I tell you what, I do enjoy this microphone a lot, and I have been using it nonstop since I got it. I think for the money, it's one of the best microphones out there, and I love this setup as well here. Even if I push it away from me as I'm doing right now, I'm still gonna have solid audio because obviously the audio is coming from this. And I'm actually kind of impressed because I thought it wasn't gonna fit in, but it does fit really good. So if you were wondering if you could put a Pro Max iPhone with a DJI mic on your DJI OM6, here it is. Here's a test. I'm walking around and it's working just fine. Now I am gonna disconnect it right now so you can see the difference in audio and you could kind of get an idea. All right, and there you have it. Now that's gonna be the audio that is coming straight out from the phone right here. As you can see, you see my little receiver, my transmitter right now. So the audio that you're seeing is straight out from the phone. And again, if I process the audio, I'll let you guys know with a little lower third or something. But again, this is kind of what you can expect, and it should give you an idea. Let me bring it up here. It should give you an idea of what you can expect if you're just using the regular audio of the iPhone. A little windy right now, and I'm gonna tell you, if you process this audio, it's not bad at all. Really, if you know, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna remove the noise out of this section right now, and I am going to click on Final Cut Pro. There's like a voice acceleration kind of thing that if when you click it, it does make it seem better. So I'm gonna click on that just to give you an idea, and there you have it. This is kind of like the audio that you get. So again, it's not bad at all. It's really not bad at all. But obviously with something like this, you will have totally better audio. All right, so I'm plugging back again, and here we are. We're gonna go ahead and continue this testing. So obviously, as you can tell, this is a lot better. And I'll tell you, I forgot the dead cat, but when I put the dead cat, the wing is so much better. You don't have to do too much processing or anything like that. So if you're looking to do, again, if you're looking to do vlogging or something like that, this is a great choice. Again, I got the DJI OM6 with my iPhone 11 Pro Max and the DJI mic, and check it out. I love this, and I love the fact that you could do kind of like interview style too, because like I said, you could have the second one to pass it around. By the way, I had to take the case off from the iPhone 11. I have an auto box, and the case is really thick, and when you put the case, it has no issues with the OM6, but it does have a little bit of issues with the microphone. The microphone won't reach, so something to keep in mind. If you're gonna get this set up, make sure you get the right case for the phone. I'll tell you what, I'm loving this thing. You just gotta go ahead and essentially get used to using it. Let me give you a quick look around here. There you go. All right, let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one. Love it, love it, love it. Let me tell you something that I like about it. What I really like about it is that you can connect this to multiple different devices, right? Like you can connect this receiver to a cell phone. You see the Apple right there, USB-C. You can also connect it via 3.5. There is so much you could do with this thing is that is ridiculous, right? It comes with two microphones, of course, as you can see here. Everything gets charged inside this little case right here, which is great. You don't have to like do much, but this is a power bank too. So as you go to whatever place you're going to, it's being charged as well. You see the transmitters right here, has a little magnet right here, easily you can put in your shirt. And not only you can transmit, but also can connect it to a lavalier. You have the little dead cat right here that could be, but also could be utilized as a recorder. So if I press right here, actually right here, now you see how it turns red. Now I'm recording into here. So technically there's audio being recorded into here right now that you could utilize. This thing is awesome. This thing is awesome. It's by far one of my favorite microphones. I have had it for a long time, really a long time, and I have enjoyed it very much. No complaints about it. Really, no complaints about it. But again, I got a couple more things. I got 4 products left. 4 products left. You guys saw my desk right here. I'm going to show you this one right here. I have a similar one. The ones that I have are not available. But again, you know, really easy. This is for newer. I have heard really good reviews into this. It connects to a plug, of course. You know, you see the plug right there. You can monitor the, you know, the LED coming out of there. It looks like it has batteries in there as well. So again, just something that you can utilize if you want to have a clean background. You don't want to have tripods in the back. You don't want to have none of this. You could utilize this as well. Love this thing. I got 2 of them. And like I said, I love it. You see the remote control. So when I sit down, I turn mine on and it's on. I don't have to worry about it. Really, I don't have to worry about it. But if I want to get some of the lighting, let me see. I was trying to show you some of the lighting right here. All right. So if you guys notice back here, right here, and right there, there is some green lighting. Here's the controller that I'm utilizing for that as well. I had 2 control. Obviously, you could put this in the outside of your house to essentially, you know, bring some lights into a tree or maybe your house or maybe whatever. You could use it in multiple different applications. This is 400 watts, which is a lot. RGB, different colors as you can see. And you see right here, landscaping lighting. But I wanted to do a little bit of lighting back here. I don't know if it looks cool or not. It's just too dark. So, and again, I think it looks okay. So this is my application. But once again, you could use it for whatever application you want, right? And I got two products left. Two products left. The last one that I'm gonna have is gonna be beneficial for any content creator out there. If you're a content creator, don't depend on these platforms. Platforms can erase your content. They always do. At some point, something happened. So make sure you save it. Now, I have this external right here. I don't work from it, but I do put all my stuff in there. So again, I'm not editing or anything like that out of that. I do work from there, and it comes in like 4, 8, 12, even 40 something gigs as well. Obviously, get the one that you can afford.
Okay, so I'm really pumped about this, and I'm really excited because again, 12 terabyte is just gonna give me so much, really a lot. So I'm gonna tell you, this one right here comes in different sizes. You could get a 4 terabyte, 6, 8, 12, 14. I mean, you could go to 16. I believe you could go all the way to 28, 30 something. I mean, it's insane. You could get them really big. Obviously, as big as you go, the price is going to increase. This company has been around for a really long time, so it's not new into the market. They have been doing a lot of work, right? Western Digital has been around for years to come, right? It's going to be powered by your regular plug, so you're going to be able to connect it, and then you have a USB 3.0. Again, is it going to be the fastest one out there, or is it really fast? I don't know. It's really, to me, intended as a storage area, and if you get one of this, that's kind of what I think people get it for, right? You connect it to your computer, you dump a bunch of files, you make sure those files are safe. So let's open it up, and then let's just take a quick look. This is going to be an unboxing. Very excited about this, and again, I'm going to show you what comes inside there, right? So again, you're gonna have the external right here. Obviously, these little plastic things are just a plastic thing to storage them, and then here's what you got right there, right? And we're gonna kind of open it up. It's really not that big, right? Look at my hand right there. So again, it's really not that big or anything like that. So let's open this up, and here you have it, and you see this one right here is kind of different than that. This is more glazzy, and this is more matte right there. Pretty cool design. It looks really nice, right? So it doesn't look bad at all. Here you have you plug right here. Obviously, you see it right there. You have the connector right here. This is a fast connector. I don't really know the term. And here you have a place to lock it if you work in a place that you need to lock it. A little bit of branding right here. It says my book. And again, here's this side right here. In the bottom part right here, you have two legs and they feel like rubber. So obviously, this is kind of intended to be set up like this, right? And if you put it right there, it feels pretty good secure. What else we got in the box? And we have a couple more things here. We're gonna take it out. Okay, obviously you have some instructions on how to do it right here. You do have your cable that is obviously gonna go from the device to your computer. And again, this cable is not super big at all, so maybe 2 feet or something like that, obviously. And again, if you see the blue right there, is 3.0. I believe it's going to work with a 2.0 USB as well, but if you want a faster speed, 3.0 is going to be the way to go. Next thing you're going to have is the plug right here. And again, the plug is not that big, but it should be good enough to reach the back of your desk or something like that. So this is pretty much what we have right here, guys. We have the sternal right here. We have a plug. We have the cable to connect it to the computer, and we have some instructions. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into the computer and see how it works. Okay, so really interesting because I have the instructions right here, but it really didn't take anything. I just plug it in, plug it to the computer, and it show automatically, right? So again, I got it here in camera for you guys can see it. Again, it's connected to the computer. I got the cable back there connected to essentially my outlet, right? And again, it's not really connected to the computer. It's connected to a hub, and the hub is connected to the computer via Thunderbolt. But I want to share my screen right here just to show you guys very quick. I'm just going to pick a random video right here that is about a gig long. All right, this one right here is about 1.1, and we're going to drop it right here. And let's see how long does this take to copy, right? And about 10 seconds, 5 seconds. I mean, I'm doing this right here in video. You guys can see it. And that's how fast it was, right? So that should kind of give you an idea if you think that is fast enough or not, right? So to me, that was pretty good.
Oh man, almost there. Almost there. If you're watching on Amazon, make sure you hit that follow. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, whatever channel you're watching on. Come over here on Amazon if you want to. Down there in the description below, it's going to say idea list, and it's going to have all the products that we kind of talk about it today. I got one last one, and I'm done. It's going to be a fan, and I know a fan is not like a big thing, but you know what? I got 2 lights here, lights there, lights there, lights here, lights here, lights here. So, you know, having some hair It's kind of nice. Circulating some of that heat around, it makes me feel kind of comfortable. Okay, so we have this fan here in the house for quite some time. This is a Honeywell right there. And again, very, very cool fan. And like I said, we have it for quite some time. It's the quiet set. So it's pretty quiet. Is again, it has a bunch of different settings. Power, cool, refresh, relax, white noise, calm, whisper, sleep. And again, it works really, really well. You see right here, it's actually blowing air right now. And because you could put it to rotate like that. If you see it's rotating right now. So it could cover a large part of the room going back and forward, obviously. As you can see right there, it's moving. You see? And I don't know if you notice, but as I go up in the setting, you see it right there, it's switching. Now it's like pushing a really good amount of air right there. Again, a little bit faster. So again, we have this for quite some time and it's working out really, really well. It's a pretty decent fan. I have done pretty well here for a family. And again, it's super quiet, like very, very quiet. It does come with a control that goes right here. I don't have it right now, but again, the control goes right there. Just for reference, my kid is standing next to the fan, so it should kind of give you an idea how tall it is. And then I'm giving you a whole look right here of the fan. Again, really nice, very stable on the floor, and it blows pretty decent air. It really, really does. And there you have it. All right, my friends, if you're watching on Amazon, go ahead and hit that follow. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. We're definitely going to see you in the next one.